Welcome back, and today I got a bunch of new stuff to share with y'all. I don't know if it's a surprise or not, but I love me some Big Idea Designs titanium gear. I think the TPT slide, or the one right before this, was the first one piece of their gear that I ever acquired, and everything that I've ever gotten from them was super high quality. And I end up buying, like this one, they came out of V2. I got this one. This bit bar slider, they came out with a V2, which is this one. I picked up this one as well. I love their pens. This is probably my favorite of the bunch because it's a small enough one to fit in my small EDC pouch, but also you can unscrew it and it can go up to, I forgot what size, but make it a bigger pen. Nice titanium finish, and they have other materials as well, like brass, copper, and stuff like that, but they're just super high quality and accepts tons of refills. That's another huge plus. I like certain refills. This is their Tie Pocket Pro with the Damascus little bolt right here for the bolt action. Love that one as well. And of course, you know, the innovation they do sometimes is really cool because, you know, is it the best tool for the job? Probably not. But this thing right here is it's called, I think, the all-day screwdriver, and it's a little frame lock screwdriver that also is in one of my pouches that this pen goes in, and this as well. And you have a nice little screwdriver that you can get a good bit of torque on, magnet in there, and you can store some bits in the back right here. And when you're done, you unscrew, you disengage that frame lock. And then I got their titanium dive watch. My favorite watch that I own. I don't own a whole bunch of watches because my scar tissue restricts me. I was only wearing an Apple Watch because that was the only one that was comfortable enough. The bezel can't be heavy at all, and the band can't be heavy. And this one is all titanium. And this leather band is super lightweight, Horween leather band. It's held up very nicely, and I think it looks nice as well. Well, let's put this stuff off to the side. I got a new item from Big Idea Design, and I checked it out at Blade Show, and I was super excited once I saw it come out. And that is their brand new knife design. This is they kind of kept it easy and simple with the name. They went with the Tie pocket knife. But what's cool about this knife, from what I remember at Blade Show, is there's only one exposed screw. As you can see here, there's no body screws. And I think maybe this little clip right here is holding this stuff together, maybe with the dovetail in there. I'll have to take it apart for the actual video. I love the blade shape. That's one of my favorite blade shapes that I've tested on the channels because it's just a very versatile blade shape. Now this one does sit a little bit, the tip does sit a little bit above that pivot, so you can have a little bit more belly, but you still have a decent bit of straight edge right there. So pretty darn cool, very minimalistic, and definitely goes with the Big Idea Design minimalistic approach and keeping it simple. The blade steel on this one is S35VN. It's got a good flipping action. I don't know who made these for them. I'll try to find that up. They let me know. You got a hollow grind on here. Yeah, and I'll let y'all know how it slices and stuff like that whenever the actual video comes. Whatever is available, I will have it linked down in the description. So if you see something that you like, just check my links. If you want to help support the channel, that is one way to help support the channel. Also, I heard my buddy Jared talk about this on a video the other day. For any of my true supporters, all of you guys who watch all my videos, first of all, I appreciate it, and I really thank y'all. Y'all are what keeps me going, keeps me motivated. And I'd seen this on another video as well. You know, as far as ways to help me and help the channel, just so I can get my channel out to more people, is first of all, like the video. You don't have to if you don't want. You don't have to do any of these things if you don't want. Like the video, comment, and most important, after this video is over with, go watch one of my other videos. Even if you don't watch the whole thing, just go watch another video, and whenever somebody finishes a video and watches another one of your videos, it shows engagement, and it helps the algorithm pick up on that, and it'll push your videos out to more people. And I know YouTube's been pretty slow here lately. I know, I know my views haven't been up at all, which is fine, but it sucks whenever you really put a lot of effort into something, a certain video, and it's not being showed by YouTube anywhere. So definitely would appreciate that. Not something you have to do or anything, but it definitely is appreciated. So that's the first knife from Big Idea Designs, the Tide pocket knife. All right, next up we have one coming from TRIVISA. This is the Vela, and I was pretty excited about this one until I started playing around with it. So at least it does have some nice grippy, contoured micarta that feels good in hand. I hate the pocket clip, but it is a budget knife. This comes in at $58. It has a thumb hole and a flipper tab. The thumb hole, works okay. You have a very bulky tip there. 14C 28M blade steel. I like the overall aesthetics of the knife. I love the profile. I think the blade looks nice in true TRIVISA fashion. You got to have that pokey tip. And sorry if y'all hear my dog. He heard me recording. You have a lanyard hole here. It looks like those are T6, but whatever. The ergos initially feel really good. I can kind of feel that pocket clip right here, but we'll have to see whenever I do the actual testing. But two things I noticed when playing with this knife. Okay, first off, when closing it, if you hold this bar back too long, that flipper tab catches the lock bar right there. See how it's caught right there? So it's not going to go any further than that. And I didn't notice that for a while until I held it a little bit too long. And but most of the time I'm letting go of it before that, so it just takes a little bit of getting used to. So I was like, I could look over that, even though they should have had an internal stop pin, so that wouldn't be an issue where it goes on a track. That way it would have kept it out of the way of that flipper tab. But whatever. Like I said, it's a $60 knife, which is, not cheap for some people. It's not the cheapest knife in the world, but their knives are usually built pretty well. But the thing that, really bugs me, like I said, I can reverse flick it pretty decently, but it's a flipper. So if you try to do a light switch, there's no detent. And that's because of the way these Omega springs are dialed in. One thing that I may try doing is try putting a stiffer set of Omega springs in there, but I say that, and the tension on this bar is pretty darn tight. So I don't know if I'd want it to be any tighter than that, especially with these somewhat slick buttons at the top. Now, they're not terrible. Now, you can flip it if you load up on it. It's not the snappiest flip, just depending on how you do it, or if you rock back on it. But I can also flip it out decent. I mean, let's be honest, I can flip it out about the same as I can with a Benchmade. So, it just depends. Regular, let's see. Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot for that to come out, especially it's on bearing. So, kind of bummed out about this one. We'll see how it does. I'll maybe contact them and see what their thoughts are on that. But they let it go out this way, so. All right, let's see what we got next. This one's an exciting one. So I know y'all probably all know that I love the Kubey Royal. This is a CM knife design collaboration, D2 steel. It's a liner lock G10 deep carry pocket clip. But, the D2 is a little underwhelming, but I still carry this one a lot. So recently I got the chance to get the titanium one with the M390, and this one's a frame lock. My buddy Patrick, Sharp Dad, I think that's his name on Instagram. He gave me this at a good price. So I decided to definitely check it out, and I'm very happy I did because I absolutely love it. Love the mill tie clip. Love that they put the lock relief on the inside. Absolutely love it. So loving this one. I'll probably do a full video on this, test their M390 and stuff like that. Yeah, so that's the Kubey Royal all tie. If I can find the link to this, I will put it in there. We have a new Miguron. This is the new Miguron Talisman. This is a budget Miguron. These come in at $31. So with that price tag, you're not getting the mil-tie clip. You're getting a deep carry clip that's not inset into the frame, but at least they have dome screws. But I must say, this thing has a great action. Especially the reverse flick. Absolutely love it. I can still get a 4-finger grip on it. It's a smaller knife. 3.25-inch D2 blade instead of the 14C, which I would have loved. But like I said, this is a smaller knife. Kind of reminds me of a smaller Valona maybe. Nice action, nice flipping action. So, you know, it's got the same quality stuff as Miguron has been known for this year. Peel Ply G10. And black was the only version that they had available right now on Amazon. So, whenever one of the other ones is available without the coated blade, I'll probably pick it up. I do like the knife a lot. I would have loved it in 14C, but for $31, I definitely think it's a good deal and excellent blade shape. Got that low tip, fairly comfortable in hand. I don't know how that's going to feel whenever I'm doing actual work, but I would venture to say that one of their tie clips would probably fit on here, so I might swap it out. We'll see. You have a nice sharpening tool right here that clears it by a country mile. Somebody gets mad at me, a city mile, whatever you want to say. It's got a lot of room, so super cool. Like it. And we have, where are we at now? We have an all new Jack Wolf knife. So this right here is an older one. This is the Vampire Jack, the original release of the Vampire Jack, and M390 and different scale covers. Well, we have a re-release since it's Halloween. This is the version 2 of the Vampire Jack. Different handle scale options. I went with the Nebula Fat Carbon. You have a triple fluted instead of single flute. And this one right here is in S90V. This was one of my favorite Jack Wolf models to date because I love that blade shape. It's such a useful blade shape, and now we have it with the upgraded S90V. Also, they extended that sharpening notch. They went up with it more, so you're going to have more sharpening life on this one. And something else I noticed, now I'm going to be doing a full video on this, or, you know, a somewhat of a full video because I've already reviewed this one. But I also noticed that the blade, I don't know, maybe it's on just mine, but the blade is shorter on the new one. Let's see if I can show you that. See, this one gets all the way to that, to the end, to that line right there. This one falls short of that line. Hopefully that's coming across good. So stay tuned for the new Jack Wolf Vampire Jack. And real quick, we got 2 knives coming from Holtzman Guerrilla Survival. I had checked out their fixed blades for a long time, so I want to check out one of their folders because I like their fixed blades. They're high value. And I thought this one looked interesting. It's a bigger knife. I think it's like a 3.75-inch blade, D2 steel. Nice contouring on the G10. Very, very smooth action. I will say, you know, these are a little bit more than we're normally paying for D2 knives. Like, I think this was like 60 bucks or something like that. But I will say, even though I don't like that pocket clip, the quality on these things is very, very nice. So much so that I don't love it that it's only a flipper, so I picked up this smaller one. This one's a flipper and a thumb hole, also D2, and this one has a pop of color with the blue G10 liner. Thumb hole, love that blade shape. Now, it's probably not going to be the sliciest because it's a very short grind there, because that is a flat grind. I much prefer this clip over the Gorilla clip. I think that one's a lot more tasteful looking. Both of them are all the way deep. And let's look at the action, man. The action, well tuned. And when I first saw that flipper tab canted down like almost underneath the pivot, I was kind of worried that the action wasn't going to be this good. But wow, this thing has an excellent action. So yeah, that's all the new stuff that I have for you today. Like I said, if you're interested in any of this stuff, check in the description. If I have a link, that means I found it available. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, definitely leave those down below. And let me know what y'all think. What do y'all want to see a review on first? Like I said, I will be doing probably an overview and maybe a little bit of the cut testing on the new Vampire Jack, being that I've already reviewed this one. And you never know, this one could possibly be given away on the next giveaway. So we'll have to wait and see. Let me know what y'all think about the new Big Idea Design stuff. Absolutely love them. All right, guys and girls, I will see y'all on the next one. Peace up.